we decide to stay in town, which is what we do. We stay in town, and his mom is like, I'm going to literally die if you marry her. I will die.
We'll have a special intro for today.
Ooh.
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 Beware and warning and welcome, everyone. Choose Your Own Book Club. See? It's a podcast all about that Choose Your Own Adventure book, see?
Oh my gosh.
I'm a librarian. My name's Peter.
My name is Abby, and I'm also a librarian.
Well, that's a fine howdy do.
I'm just a real fine lady. I smoke long cigarettes.
Yeah, out of that holder for no reason. Well, I think because they weren't filtered back in the day, right? And that's why they...
I just always like it when the ladies in the movies talk really fast. And that just taught you what kind of lady they were.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make me do anything. I'm a lady of my own free will.
I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, if you don't like that...
Mm-hmm. So like I said, this is a podcast all about the Choose Your Own Adventure books. But today, we're not doing a Choose Your Own Adventure book, are we, Abby?
No.
You seem sad about that.
We're not.
No, we're not.
We're doing a Choose Your Own Consequence book.
Yeah, so we are doing the first ever game book. So Choose Your Own Adventure is considered a game book, which basically means it's a book that you navigate through in an untraditional way.
Yeah, you don't go like, cover to cover. You have to skip around in order to follow it, the storyline that you are self-selecting.
And so we talked to Edward Packard in our last episode, and he basically said that he felt he created the genre, basically, and he definitely popularized the genre, but it's not the first game book like this. It's not really like the first Choose Your Own Adventure kind of book. So we did a little bit of research, and the first game book ever was called
Consider the Consequences.
Consider the Consequences, written in 1930. So Edward Packard...
And it's not safe for children.
It isn't safe for children. We should get that out there right away. Because, we've been talking about some adult situations.
And some drinking and stuff.
And some other stuff, yeah.
Jeez.
So this was written in 1930. Edward Packard was born in 1931, for context.
Yeah, this is going to get the NSFK warning on it, but we will continue to be safe for kids.
As best we can.
Yes. You're going to hear a lot of duck squeaking sounds, whale noises.
No, I have to put all that in.
Oh, ooga! No, I'll just make the sounds myself.
That's fine. Consider the Consequences, written in 1930, written by Doris Webster and Mary Alden Hopkins. So two ladies wrote the first basically Choose Your Own Adventure style book. And I'm going to put this out there right away. You can tell it was written by two ladies, in my opinion, as opposed to a man. I'm saying that in a good way.
Yeah, I would say so too, in a positive way, like from a feminist perspective.
Yes.
As we get into it more, there's three storylines in this game book, and you play kind of as three different characters. And I really love that as the one female main character that you play, your life is so much like better and richer if you choose not to get married. And then for all of the men, it's like you are better off if you choose an empowered bride.
Yes, or a modern gal.
Yeah. Then if you have like, I'm going to choose a super feminine woman, or I'm going to be fealty to my mother.
Or does it like date like a femme fatale?
Yeah.
A femme fatale, and then that goes awry.
Or like, I love the guy who's just like super devoted to his mom and has like the worst life. Sucker. Not that moms are terrible. I'm a mom.
Of course, yes.
Right.
So let's get to Choose Your Own Summary. So, Abby, you were going to summarize this book in 60 seconds or less, but you were going to choose how you want to summarize it. So, option 1 is you're going to do it in kind of a old-timey 1920s voice.
Okay.
You can do the different character voices if you want, or whatever, however you see fit. Or option 2 is you're going to do it kind of like old-time radio.
Oh.
And you're going to do like sound effects.
Oh. Like clip claps?
Yeah, the clip claps and door creakings.
Who just came in? It's the Lone Ranger.
So if you want to combine the two, you totally can. Wow. We got a horse in the studio.
There's a horse that just came in.
I don't know, you probably know this, but in the state of Wisconsin, you're allowed to have in a building, for therapy animals, you're allowed to have a dog or a mini horse.
Yeah, mini horses are also considered fine therapy animals.
Yes. So they're recognized by the state of Wisconsin as official therapy animals.
Which is what I would choose.
Exactly.
I mean, if I had to choose, that's the one I would go with. Here we go, little pony.
Saddle up.
Like, how do you snuggle with that in bed? I will figure it out, baby. Because, it's cute.
You can just like sleep on one big sugar cube.
Right, or just make your whole room like one big bed. Just like take the floor out and just like mattress floor. That's it.
Yeah, perfect.
Mattress floor. And then everywhere is bed. Everywhere is bed. You open door, you just face plant.
Everywhere's bed.
Whole room bed.
Love it.
I know. I've been thinking about this for years.
So then, like, is every room bed?
No, just your room is bed.
Just room is bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, you'd have to, like, obviously have some, like shelving. You know? But it would have to be above, like, kind of where you would sit up. So that you wouldn't, like, smack your head on it.
Right.
But you'd have to have a place to, like, put your, like, cup for water and stuff. But also no overhead lights. Just lamp.
I love the idea.
I know. Thank you. You'd have to have, like, closet outside room.
Closet, not bed.
No. Because then you could change into your gym jams before you go into your room.
But if whole room bed, do you need gym jams?
Yeah. Because you wouldn't have blanket. How
Oh.
could you put a blanket in there?
Oh, okay.
That's my ultimate dream house.
Love it.
Anyway.
Let's get go. Oh, so which option do you think you're picking?
I think I'm going to do number 1.
All right. Very nice.
Even though I made you come up with the second option on the fly.
Whatever. I think I had that one stacked away. I just forgot it.
Okay.
And 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, so I'm Helen, and I have to decide if I'm gonna marry my sweetheart Jed, or I'm gonna marry a guy named Saunders, who likes me, but I think he's kind of dumpy, even though he's like a steady guy with a real job.
He's a real wet blanket, see?
Yeah, Jed is just a rich boy who's also parties too much.
But he's kind of a bad egg.
Yeah. But hey, if I decide I don't want to marry Jed, then I'm just going to become a career girl in New York. I decided to do that because it's cool.
30
Jed
seconds.
is, what?
Boy.
My name's Jed, see, and
What voice is that?
I don't know. I'm a coastie, and I'm Jed, and I'm going to be a rich kid and drink a lot of booze and womanize. My name is Saunders, and
That is a good Saunders
my
voice.
name's Saunders, and I'm gonna invest in the store or invest in my brother's education. Maybe I'll marry a girl who's really depressed.
So that's a minute. That wasn't bad.
That was...
Because there was a lot to get through.
It was. Anyway, that's the full summary of this book. There's a lot more to it, but...
There is a lot more to it, and I don't think at least I didn't get through all of it.
I did.
Like, you got through, like, literally all of it? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I read through everybody's stuff multiple times trying to get all of the stuff I could.
Good for you. Because, yeah, I did the best I could, but this is definitely longer than a normal Choose
It
Your
is a
Adventure
little
book.
longer.
Plus, it's also just more dense. It's written 100 years ago almost.
Yeah.
So it's just the language is hard to get through.
Yeah. And it's not, written for kids, of course.
Of course, yes.
It's an adult book. And as I said earlier, it's got this, it does have a special warning at the beginning.
Yes.
Just like a Choose Your Own Adventure book does. It says, consider the consequences. Life is not a continuous line from the cradle to the grave. Rather, it is many short lines, each ending in a choice and branching right and left to other choices like a bunch of seaweed or a genealogical table. No sooner is one problem solved than you face another growing out of the first. Isn't that true, though?
It is.
It really is. You are to decide the course of action of first Helen, then Jed, then Saunders at each crisis in their lives. Give your first thought without pausing to ponder. Was that hard for you? Did you pause to ponder?
I did pause to ponder.
I did not.
But that's
my style, baby.
Yeah.
I just did it. Pull the trigger. Rip the Band-Aid off. This game may be played as solitaire, a courting game, or a party stunt. Courting game? That's the part that I was like, what? Who's pulling this out on a date? Are you pulling it out on date 1 or date 2? Is this after 1 week of dating?
Well, I think...
Are you pulling this out before you pop the question? Like, are we compatible?
Well, I think there's certain things that this book touches on that are important to discuss with your partner. Like,
it's true.
Like The Knot has one of their articles. I think CNN had an article recently about things you should ask your partner before getting engaged, before getting married.
Right.
And it's usually like financial decisions, questions about children, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And so this book actually touches on that.
Especially Jed. He's never held down a solid job.
He's a real rowdy-dow.
Mm-hmm. When the players disagree, follow the choice to the majority. But make a note of the dissenting opinion so that you can return later and find out what happens to Helen, or Jed or Saunders, when other advice is followed.
So the first character is Helen.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, Helen is it's Helen Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And so Helen Rogers is thinking about marrying Jed or not marrying Jed.
Yeah, her parents want her to not marry Jed.
Right. So they kind of want her to marry Saunders, who's kind of just more boring, but he's more practical. Jed has a race car. Not a race car, but Jed has a car.
Yeah, and he's got like a cool name for it, like the Scarlet Siren or something.
So what did you do with Helen, first of all?
So with Helen, you at the first juncture, you can kind of decide. And I like, too, how this is, it shows you in the very beginning with each character their choice options, kind of like in the back of the new Choose Your Own Adventure books, it shows you the branches.
Right.
It does that for each individual person. Like, here are all of their choices laid out in a big tree.
But it actually shows, like, the page numbers, more or less.
And I can put up a picture of that on the old Instagram. Grammity. But so right off the bat, it's like Jed is charming. Helen's just madly in love with him. It would rip her heart out completely to not marry him. So what are you going to do? His mom, though, hates Helen, full on hates Helen, and is just like jealous. Like his mom is a widow. She's very well off and is just kind of like jealous, obsessed with her kid.
And also controlling a little bit.
Yeah. She's like, Jed, you're unwell and ill of health. We have to go travel and stuff so that you can be well. But you can't work.
You do find out that Jed actually is like...
Yeah, he's a sickly little baby.
I think he's just allergic to work.
Yeah, he's allergic to... He's very privileged. He's a very privileged boy. But Helen's parents are like, and her brother are like, oh, Jed sucks.
And they're not wrong.
No, they're not. They're like, he drinks a lot. He's a gambling kind of butthead. Like, he sucks.
So the first real choice is, do you marry Jed or do you just hold off and hang out in town?
If you decide to follow your heart, marry Jed, you do one thing. If you, refuse to get married at all, then you choose the next thing. So I decided, follow my heart, marry Jed.
Did you really? Okay.
Sure.
I wouldn't have thought that. Okay.
I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's just a story, but...
Yeah, I'm going to defy my family and marry Jed. Why not? Follow the dictates of my heart. I don't want to listen to my parents. Parents just don't understand, okay?
Will Smith was right.
Exactly. Saunders seems like a nice guy. I'm not doing that. So I decide I'm going to go. I run off to the corner shop. I call Jed. I'm like, my mom and dad are mad at me. They won't let me marry you. And he's like, I'm going to come pick you up in my fancy car. Tracy Chapman situation. He comes and picks me up. He comes and picks me up in his fast car. And then he's like, hey, girl, do you want to run away to New York and elope with me? So you have to decide, are you going to run away and elope with him?
Or you can stay in town.
Or stay in town and, like, hope that his mom, like, is cool with it. We decide to stay in town, which is what we do. We stay in town, and his mom is like, I'm going to literally die if you marry her. I will die. And you're like, geez, okay. Jed's like, I don't want to marry you. I want to marry you super bad, but I don't want to do it and kill my mom.
Yeah, you can pick from there then, too. So do you get married right away or do you not?
And I was like, you know what? I'll just stick it out. Why not?
Did you get married?
No, yeah, I stuck it out. I stuck it out with him.
Because she literally does, like, get super sick.
She does. But if you stick it out and just stay engaged to him, it's actually really nice. Like, it's like the hardest part of the engagement was that his mom was always taking him off on long trips and stuff. Helen was 46 when Jed's mother died, and Jed was almost 50. He was like an invalid, though.
Yes.
And but the good news is he inherited a bunch of money, and so do you then, because you finally get married to him and you just travel. So he was still really charming, and you have a delightful old age. All that you lost was 25 years of your life.
It literally says that.
Yes. So it's not really the best option.
Right. There's very few good options. I think my first run through was, I think we eloped to New York and we burned through all the cash and then go to his mother's. So the mom was like, I will help you, but you have to come back. So I think we go to the mom and we have a kid, Jed. He dies because he has to work. He doesn't want to work.
Yes. And the kid is really sickly, too, I remember.
And then so you can decide what to do from there. Do you stay with the mom, who's kind of controlling, or do you kind of strike it out on your own with this kid?
What did you do? Did you stay?
I struck out on my own.
Me, too, when I did that branch.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what if you stay with the mom? Is the kid going to then have all these same bad habits that the mom instilled in Jed the first?
Do you remember what happens from there?
Yeah, when you strike out on your own, you get a little job making $20 a week. And the landlady at your little boarding house that you stay at, she watches your kid. And then Saunders Mead shows up.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, girl, I've always kept my eye on you. Do you want to marry me now?
And so you can choose to marry him.
Yes.
Or you can choose not to marry him. And I think this is where you can tell it was written by a female teen. Is because, like, you can choose to not get married.
Yeah. And if you do get married to Saunders, you're just, like, not happy with him because you don't really love him.
But I think you learn to, like, respect him because he's kind of a pillar of the community.
Yes.
Is what I think that line was.
But then there's also a part where he, like, goes off on a work trip, and if you don't go with him, then he has, like, an affair. And
yes, that's into the Saunders chapter, yes.
Yes, which is wild, and you're like, oh, my God. But in the very beginning, instead of running off with Jed and marrying him, if you decide, like, I don't want to do this, I'm not even going to marry anybody, you have the option then to go to New York and work with your sis, not your real sister in life, but your friend, Marion, or your mom is like, your brother's like, I'm taking a job somewhere.
South America.
Yep, and your dad's like, you can't go, your mom's going to be lonely.
And then, so, yeah, you can choose to come back or hang out with your mom. And if you hang out with your mom, like, take care of her, it gets kind of sad.
It gets real sad. Because then it gets harder and harder to leave because your mom gets more and more, like, sickly and it's, like, harder. And your dad is getting older. It's harder for him to continue making money.
So, yeah, that branch ends with you, like, running a boarding house like your brother gives you money to run a boarding house.
Yeah.
And you take in boarders, and the whole town looks at you with kind of like pity.
Yeah.
Which
Like
is
you're this
sad.
old maid
Yeah.
who just has a house.
I don't think this is going to be a funny episode.
No.
Let's put that out there right now.
But yeah, if you go off to New York, then you have the opportunity to like work for a magazine and work your way up in that company, and you get in with kind of like these bohemians and artists, and you do have some like weird little affairs and stuff like that, and break up a marriage potentially.
I didn't get that far.
Yep.
Because I went right into the Jed story.
Oh yeah, no. If you
After-
go to New York, you can break up the marriage of your editor who has 4 children.
Oh no!
And if he gets divorced, then he has to pay his wife, if she agrees to do the divorce, he has to pay this huge amount of alimony, and then you guys have like no money and you're super poor and you're not happy. If you just have an affair while he stays married, then you have to choose if you're going to have a baby to make yourself feel happy or not. And if you do have the baby, then the tabloids find out about it and both your lives are ruined.
Oh, I think I read this part too, because then like your family's dragged into it.
Yes.
Too.
But if you decide not to go through with having this like affair with your editor person or breaking up his marriage, then you leave that job. Like it costs you your job essentially, but it also then like because of your great reputation as a magazine person, you immediately get another job and form a really happy relationship with someone. So
Nice.
yeah, it actually kind of shows that you have
Options outside
Options.
of marriage.
yeah, and like your best options are kind of to choose like the happy moral path.
Right. So that was Helen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's stuff we didn't get to, but that's okay because we
No,
have
that's
two
most of it.
more people to get to.
We have 2 more people to get to, and Jed is a doozy.
So if you thought,
Saunders is boring, but Jed is a doozy.
yeah, Saunders won't take that long to get through.
No.
But Jed, if you thought Helen was crazy,
Oh my God.
Jed's story goes off the rails.
So many
fast.
ways
Yes.
and quickly. Jed, get
So-
your life together. Oh boy. This is like the path of privilege. Jed is a man who no one has ever said no to in his life, and it shows. is what this one is.
They've kind of said as much.
Yes. That's like literally what these 2 femme authors have said, essentially, through this story. So Jed Herringdale is the only son of a widow. If she had been a poor widow, he would have been different and perhaps a finer character, for he would have been expected to assume responsibility earlier. But she was so very rich that she took care of him too much and too long for his best good.
So yeah, from prep school, he went to Harvard, where he had a wonderful time and got through his freshman year by the skin of his teeth. So not a really hard worker.
Nope.
And so he goes on a date.
With Gwen Murphy. He was her fairy prince and she was Brynhilda.
And so they go to a amusement park called Whoopie Land.
Whoopie Land. Oh my God.
And then so, yeah, they start dating for a while. And then Gwen drops the bomb and says, hey, I'm pregnant. So then from there, you as Jed have to decide what to do. Do you marry this person, or do you kind of more or less pay her off?
Yeah. As one can imagine, Jed's mother is not pleased.
Exactly.
And the best thing is, like, Gwen is, like, telling him all this, and she's like, don't you love me anymore? And he's like, oh.
You don't know how to answer that question. I mean,
Actually, not sure.
right.
Which is horrible.
So as Jed, what did you do first?
I married her.
Right. Good for you.
Because I'm not a jerk. He's like, oh, I love her so much. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then for her to be like, don't you love me? And him to be like, ooh. I actually have to go wash my hair. Like, it's so complicated.
So as Jed, it's hard to make the right decision right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because if
there is no right decision.
Right. Because if you end up marrying, was it Gwen? Mm-hmm. If you end up marrying Gwen, you end up just kind of going through the motions and falling out of love with her, and then she ends up getting divorced.
Yep.
If you leave, you just go to France, even though you're sad. Oh, you're really sad about it. You can go to France and just you take up drawing, and this woman and her kid are just kind of, they're paid off by the mom, but they're kind of outsiders because it's the 1930s.
Yeah. Well, the good thing, if you decide not to marry her, she does give her kid up for adoption. You go back to college, you do poorly.
Oh, okay.
And you fail. You fail out of college. And then your mom is like, hey, I want you to get married to someone anyway. So here's this girl named Carol Lane. She's a hottie. Mm-hmm. And so your mom throws you a party, and Carol Lane is pretty. Like, before the party even ends, you're like, hey, want to marry me? And she's like, sure, whatever.
Jed, just get your life together, man. Like,
all Jed wants is another lady. And so yeah.
I think from there, you can tell her about your past.
Which is my favorite part in the whole entire book. Because
as Jed, you're like, hey, just so you know, just so we're being honest, I had a kid, and you know, I have this past.
Yeah, I totally hooked up with Gwen. She had a baby. We had this baby together. And then to Jed's horror, Carol is like, ooh, I also have known the intimacies of love. And Jed's like, oh, what? How could you? You have ruined our love. I just met you, but I love you, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And she's like, you did the same thing that I did.
Yes.
And Jed was like, it's very different because I am a man and you are a woman. So that's like a big difference, actually.
But how forward thinking to like, because in
1930.
In 1930. Yeah. It's one of the things that kind of blew me away about this book.
Yeah.
I don't think it probably doesn't age 100% the best.
No.
But it's things like that it's like, it's fascinating that this book was written.
Yeah. Because, Carol was like, there should be a single standard. It should be like we're both in the wrong or we're both in the right. It's not just like it's okay because you're a guy and it's not okay for me because I'm a woman. It's okay for both of us, or it's okay for none of us.
Did you end up marrying Carol?
I did. And then we went to a friend's house and I murdered him. Because I found them having an affair.
No, well, that's not even the whole...
Well, I fell in love with my friend's wife.
Yeah, so
then I was going to... Okay.
Let's back up. Let's back up just a little bit.
Yes.
So, so you marry Carol, and and you're happy for a bit.
Yeah.
But then you slowly start to fall out of love, and there's this other couple, and the guy's
Bullen and Vauncey.
Yeah, Vauncey.
Vauncey and Bullen.
What a great name.
What rich people names. If these are your actual names, I'm sorry, I'm making fun of your rich person name. But come on.
Right.
Whose name is Bullen? That's ridiculous.
Bring it back.
I'm bringing Bullen back.
Yep. So, you become friends with these two rich people. And then, so you kind of start to court Vauncey. And Vauncey isn't happy in her marriage. And she says, I'm kind of in love with you, but I have to stay married to Bullen because of the money, because of life. Yeah,
because I'm like conservative in my beliefs. I'm not getting a divorce.
Right. Yeah. And then so you walk back to your hotel and you're all sad, and like you're all drunk and sad.
You're all gloomy.
And then you hear Carol's voice.
She's giggling it up in the
Bullen's room.
Oh.
What?
Nope. They're all giggling it up like, hee hee hee. We're in the bedroom together.
Or we're in the hotel together.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, they were in the bedroom.
Oh, were they?
And it wasn't Bullen's room. It's your room. Because you're going back.
Yes.
You went to Bullen's room to find him. He wasn't there. And you're like, I give up. And then you go back to your room because you're like, whatever. I'm done. I'm going to go to bed. And so you go there because you're going to Bullen because you're like, I'm going to tell him he needs to get a divorce so I can marry his wife. Because you're Jed and you think everything should be handed to you.
Right. So then, yeah, you hear the giggling. You go into a rage.
You go into a blind rage.
And you murder him with a bottle.
You shiv him. You take the bottle, you smash it. You just like...
And then so Carol starts... This is wild. Carol starts covering for you. She wipes the bottle.
Like very calmly.
Of like fingerprints?
Yeah. She just like very calmly, like not even like screaming or anything. She just like wipes it clean. All the blood and stuff. It's just like...
You find out through a friend that like, hey, this is France. It's okay if you kill somebody...
Yeah.
That's having an affair with your wife.
In a crime of passion, you can do whatever you want.
It's fine.
That's cool.
It's the 1930s. So the choice is, do you throw your wife kind of under the bus and make her like kind of testify that they were having this affair? Or do you just kind of stay silent and hope that no one finds out?
Yep. And it's really fine both ways, frankly.
Yes.
Like it turns out fine both ways. Because either way, like if she testifies, then the jury is like, yeah, it's cool.
But you get a divorce.
Yep. You get a divorce and she goes off into the West to Reno, which she doesn't like. She does not like the West.
But then if you stay silent, you flee France, you're not convicted of anything. You go back to Franklin, the hometown, and you kind of just act happy in front of friends, but you're not really in a committed relationship anymore.
Yeah.
So that was most of Jed. There's other crazy things that happen.
Yeah.
You
can get like insurance fraud.
Yes. So
that was a fun one.
Like inherit like the factory and you make bad decisions and you burn it down and you get caught. And so this I said there was potentially a trigger warning in this. Content warning.
Yeah, there's a couple of mentions of like trigger warning suicide.
Yeah, so you can choose to commit suicide, which is a crazy choice.
And they're like, people are sad about it, but they go on with their lives. And you're like, oh my God, what?
Well, I feel it was more, I don't know if it was phrased that way. It made it sound like everyone's really devastated and destitute because you made this choice.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't pro that choice, obviously.
No, of course not.
But that was a choice to begin with. Was very
and
odd.
It gave you that choice multiple times in Jed's story. It was like twice. I was like, what?
Well, one time it was chosen for you. The other time it was kind of forced upon you because you end up finding your daughter in one arc. Yeah. And you can say, hey, I'm going to tell you the truth about that I'm your father.
Bad
or you
choice.
For some reason that's the bad choice. Or you can say...
because it's selfish. And everything in his life is selfish.
Right. But is that actually selfish, or is it's framed in the book as selfish?
It is selfish. Because that girl has a happy life.
Right. So,
and she's like, oh, I've been talking to this guy. I know he's like kind of a butt and he murdered somebody. Now I know that he's my dad. My dad is a murderer.
Yeah, and gave me up and didn't support my mom.
Yeah.
Yes, but also there's maybe some closure there too. I don't think there's necessarily.
I wouldn't want to know that though.
I agree. I'm just saying it's the binary of this choice.
I guess so. If you readers and listeners, if you had the choice to know if your dad / mom / parent was a murderer / never knowing, like which one would you choose? I would choose never knowing.
I suppose that's true.
You know,
but I think it's slightly more complicated than that.
Yeah,
but
it
anyway,
really is. My mom's adopted. I could ask her.
Oh no, that
would you rather? Would you rather never know?
That's totally fair. But anyway, Jed's best choice seems to be just marrying this modern gal who is a secretary to a magazine. She's kind of like worked her way up, kind of like.
So it's Helen's friend who originally asked her to go to, because like that's how all these are intertwined.
Yes. So
Helen's friend Marion, who in the first strain asks her to, come to New York. I can help you get this job at this magazine. When Jed goes to France and learns painting stuff. At one point, he comes back to the U.S., but he stops in New York first. And there he's like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with my friend Marion for a while. And he really, strikes up a good relationship with her there. And is like, oh, I really kind of dig you. And Marion is very, self-sufficient, has a good job, has a nice
and doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah. And Jed's like, well, you come marry me and move to France. And she's like, I'll marry you, but you got to move here.
Yes.
And so Jed's kind of mad.
Yes. And she's basically like, hey, I would be a secretary to this person, but I would basically be vice president.
Yeah.
So she's a very powerful
Yeah, she's
woman.
an empowered woman.
Yes.
And so then Jed has to decide, am I going to move to New York and try to become an artist here and try to reconcile myself with the fact that I would potentially have a modern and empowered wife,
right,
who has a job, or am I gonna tuck my tail between my legs and go back to France? So yeah, the best option for him in his entire life is marrying her and moving to New York,
which I feel was done on purpose by these authors.
Yeah, they're like, this guy needs something of his own.
Yes.
Because every path that made him stay and do stuff with his mom or help his mom was bad for him. Every path where he went with a pretty girl who had no ambition, also wrong for him. The best path for him was he needs a woman who has some, as they kept saying, masculine qualities. Which killed me every time. I loved it. I'm a man woman, baby.
So yeah, that was Jed. And then there's Saunders. And we can just run through Saunders really quick.
Saunders. God,
so
what a little dork. Frickin' Saunders. Saunders' choices were all should I try to be a business person? Or should I try to make friends?
Or should I invest now? Or how much should I invest in this county store? Should I invest all my money? Should I give some to my brother?
Right.
Should I buy a car and try to pick up ladies?
Should I try to be popular with the girls and people my age? Or should I try to invest and impress the elders?
And then there's a chain store that opens up. So do you stay with the store or do you go to the chain store that offers more money?
Yeah. So Saunders Meade is the third person. He's the one who Helen's parents wanted Helen to marry instead of Jed, and who Helen has the option to marry after Jed passes away. And after graduating, Saunders gets a job at the general store, kind of helping manage it. And the baffo thing about that is that the dry goods store, old Mr. Braley, proprietor of the store, really takes a great interest in Saunders and thinks that he has a strong work ethic and wants him to take over because Mr. Braley doesn't have any heirs. So if Saunders starts investing in the store and gets a stock in the store or whatever, he buy a controlling interest, then he can take over or whatever.
Right.
So you just keep investing money in the store. The worst part about Saunders' story was there's this one point where one of Saunders has a big family. One of his younger siblings brings a friend home one night, and her name is Ada or something. And this friend is
boy, your family sure is nice. My family really is terrible. My parents seem like they love me, but they really don't. They're always saying mean. And if they say anything that's unkind or unsupportive, then I get really glum. Gee.
Oof, I didn't get that part.
Oh my God. So, and it's you don't know the age of her, but Saunders keeps referring to her as a child, this child.
Oh, no.
And I'm so how old is she? 16, 17, 18? Younger? Older, I hope? So then, at a certain point, you have the option to, ask her to marry you or not. If you don't ask her to marry you, she goes a little like single white female kind of like stuff. And she like begs you, enlists all your family into begging you. Then at one point she like threatens, also trigger warning, suicide.
Oh, I didn't get this. Okay.
Yes. She locks herself in her room and turns the gas on.
Oh, boy.
And then her parents are like, wow, we're sending you out west. She locks eyes on a Spaniard, as they put it, and immediately is like, I'm in love. I'm marrying him. And then it's fine. You're happy. You're like, wow, dodged a bullet there. So
Yeah, I didn't get that part.
that one was weird. If you do marry her, she's a little happy at first, but then she just gets sadder and sadder and is like, oh, I want to leave. I want to move. So then you like sell your interest in the store. You sell the store that you've been like building up this huge store thing for. Then you move to New York. You buy like a mail order business. And she's happy for a little bit, but then she gets sad again, just as the business is starting to like be profitable and prosper. Then you're like, okay, fine. You sell the business again, and you move back to, like Franklin. And then you can either do that and get a job, like, at a bank and be, like, sad forever, but, like, a prosperous member of the community. Or you can send her back and keep working at your mail order business, and then she's, like, you just keep sending her away when she gets sad.
Oh, no.
It's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. So he has a terrible, terrible time. So basically the path for Saunders is like, don't focus on women, focus on investment. Saunders, girls are not for you.
Well, like you said back in the Helen storyline, these storylines collaborate a little bit. And then so you can, in the Saunders section, you can marry Helen again, just like in the first section.
Yes.
And you can have an affair with Carol, was it?
Yep, Carol.
Who's the femme fatale from Jed's storyline. Yeah, or you can choose not to. If you don't have an affair, that's basically like unfortunately, that's like the best option for you. You turn down Carol, and Helen kind of respects you because she sees that you have a little bit of swagger in your step. So she still doesn't love you, but she respects you. And I was like, oh, Saunders.
Yeah.
So that was Consider the Consequences.
Yeah.
There's a lot we didn't get to, but this book was a lot longer. Instead of just each page just being one choice, there's usually like multiple pages before you
like
have to
3,
make a choice.
4. But the good thing is it was like, in that way it was kind of like, oh, like you've already made the choice basically at the beginning. It's like, if you think he should do this, then turn to this page, and it's like, thoroughly outraged by his glimpse into the corruption of the city government, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's kind of already like the choice has been made. Here are the outcomes of it. So that's kind of nice in that way, I guess.
So what do you think of this one?
I thought it was really interesting. And I do think, like, if you were doing it as, like, a game or, like you said, like, oh, if you're, like, doing it as, like, a dating game kind of thing with someone, I think it would be really interesting to talk to somebody about, like, why did you choose that one? What made you choose that? Is that really what you think you would do in this situation? And so, yeah, obviously I'm making these choices, like, trying to think of, like, what would be the most fun path. I wasn't doing, like, what would I actually do? Because I like to think, like, oh, what will be the most entertaining option for me as the reader? I'm not thinking about it as, like, what's going to be
morally right. Or
what I would actually do in this situation, just because I'm thinking of our listeners.
Exactly.
I'm thinking of you guys. You're
Always.
welcome. That's the hard thing about this book, is that it's like, oh, it doesn't have, like, the wackiest options.
Right.
But
the
yeah,
options are just kind of more sad.
they're
than anything.
sad and realistic.
Yes.
And I think we should let people know, if they are interested in reading this, they can read it on the Internet Archive.
Yeah, that's where we found our copy.
Archive.org. You can search for it. Consider the Consequences, 1930.
It's free.
It's free. You can go there.
Until someone takes it down.
Yep.
So
Until someone listens to this episode and they're like, wait a second, that shouldn't be on there. I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really interesting to read through.
I think so too. And I was blown away by how progressive it was for the most part. Again, it's not perfect.
No.
It's 1930s and it's about romance.
I mean, what is perfect, though?
Sure.
Because, like, we read stuff that was written in 1982 before we were born, and we're like, woof!
Well, we've read some of the re-releases of the Choose an Adventure books that were, published in 2005, and those are,
Those are woof.
Yeah.
Those can still be woof.
But I think all things considered, this holds up well, or at least it holds up. It's fascinating to read.
Yeah.
And it's ahead of its time in format, and it's ahead of its time in prose.
Yeah. It was readable. And
It was readable.
There were some funny lines, too, so.
Well, I think that about does it. Thanks for choosing us today, everybody. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, because I think Abby will post some of the branches for this one.
Yeah.
And make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow us on the podcatcher of your choice. If you can give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, that definitely helps us out. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Our next book will be R.A. Montgomery.
The Race Forever.
And Abby's really excited about that.
I have never been so excited. If you want to read along with us.
But you don't have to.
But you can. But you don't have to.
Mm.
You can just let us experience it for you.
Well, I think that about does it.
I'm Peter. I'm a librarian.
I'm Abby. I'm a librarian too, see?
It's been Choose Your Own Book Club. We'll see you next time.